so hard just holding on, ain't even picking up my phone. It's hard enough to be, hard enough to stay, hard enough to be alone. It's so hard just holding on, ain't even picking up my phone. It's hard enough to be, hard enough to stay, hard enough to be alone. I'm just trying to move along. Sometimes I do and then I don't. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell myself that it ain't healthy. Second guessing it don't help me. I'm so tired of feeling empty. Dry my eyes, it's time to fight. Seems like I'm always against me. Seems like this is never ending, but I refuse to let it end me. Mentally, spiritually, physically, I need my peace. I need my peace. I wake up every morning and tell myself, good morning, gorgeous. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. No one else can make me feel this way. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. All the times that I hated myself, all the times that I wanted to be someone else, all the times that I should have been gentle with me, times that I should have been careful with me. Why did I hate myself? Why did I hate so intensely? Lord help me. I wake up every morning and tell myself, good morning, gorgeous. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. No one else can make me feel this way. Good morning, gorgeous. Oh, it's the simplest thing I can say. Good morning, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I ain't talking about getting no hair and makeup. I'm talking about soon as I wake up, I say good morning. Say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good
DJ Sandrinha é nós, vem fortalecer.
You'll be fine. It makes you do. This place makes you do things. I know. I'm intimidated. I'm like, oh man, I gotta start practicing.
Good. You're gonna love it. I mean, if you've never been here,
Nah, this is gonna be my first time in Miami, so I'm hyped. I'm excited.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm trying to eat all the Cuban food I could get, all the Puerto Rican and Cuban food I could get.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah, that's what. Here, check this out. So
It's good. You got gym, food.
That's right.
Gym, food.
It's gonna balance out.
That's funny.
Yeah, because Speedy was like, yo, I'm going to take you to this dope Mexican joint, a Mexican restaurant out here. And I'm like, bro, you know where I live, right? I'm on the West Coast. There's Mexican. It's everywhere here.
The Mexican food here don't do justice to the West. Sorry, but I've had both, and there's nothing touches the West. That's Mexican food. We try here.
Yeah,
but it's not it.
So you're gonna be judging that battle coming up. Do you
Yes.
You know what you're gonna be looking for from the competitors that are coming out?
I mean, I always let them show me what I need. Like, if I need to look for something, then it's probably the problem, as opposed to me what I need. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Like, I have to look for something, but when I don't, I just enjoy the moment, because that's the thing I like about judging. It's regardless of the modern times or not. It's like you just never know. You really got to pay attention. And sometimes it's on the details. I'm very into the details. I love the underdogs. You know, they surprise me the most. So I like to let people be and then study that, because that's the real self, you know? So I'm excited. And then I got to go 2 jams in 1. So hopefully, which will never happen. No one's punctual in breaking. But if traffic ain't crazy, try to, you know, support both if I can. But we'll see.
Because we could rush for if we could get finished with this one, because this one ends at 8, and then if we could from here and then get to the other one, like we could catch the last hour of the other one. So it's like,
and I feel like it'll be fun just trying.
Yeah,
try to get there at the end, but
I know. But you know what? Even if you get to just network with people, it's cool to like just mingle with people and network, because you know everyone's gonna have ciphers after the jam anyway. So
sure. And it's an all-styles event, so, you know, they're on another level. Their frequency, 400 frequencies.
Do you practice at all, some of the dudes that are going to be competing at the all-styles?
I don't know. You know, the all-styles, it's hard to say. I just know the all-styles is it's still a lot of breakers.
Right.
But it depends on the music. I just know there's different crowds, but it would be, if there was one event, I think the same people would go to the same event. But I think if I was competing, I would try to go to both. You know what I mean? Like, I would do it if I could. Yeah.
Yo, Speedy. Put him on here.
He's talking about I can't go.
We never do all 4 people at one time thing. We should pull people up here.
How do we do this?
Let's see if he can come up.
No, it's not. Technology problems. No.
All
right, let's see if anyone has questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Aiko, because Aiko is very special to me. I met her 96, then 97. The woman does not age, still looks exactly the same, but that's not why I'm inspired by her. It's just crazy what she's done, and I just don't know.
Yo, I know she's not here.
She is.
I know she's not here right now, but let's talk about her a little bit, because I'm curious, right? So when was the first time that you met her?
First time I met her it might have been 95 or 96, but it was a Rocksteady anniversary. The first time I ever flew to New York.
Yeah.
I was like 11 or 12. I was a child.
Yeah.
First time I met Aiko, Rockefeller, Honey Rockwell, Miss Swiss, you know? So for me, it was only female. And then I met Aiko again in PROAM 97. This is where Speedy brought like everyone that was anybody from around the world to this one event. And then I stayed in touch with her. We stayed in contact. I moved to the Bay, kept our relationship. I mean, I kept in touch ever since. She's one of my biggest inspirations, just as a person, though, not even just like the dancing or
as an individual, you know, and she really was the only girl for a long time. Because she's a locker. Her primary is locking. In that time, there also wasn't much female lockers. Where today, I feel like it's flipped a little bit. I feel like it's all female lockers and less male lockers. But someone's coming in. Let me see.
Yeah, and then I see Nicholas Arona asking when's the next B-Boy Summit. I believe it's July 15th through the 17th. And I believe the first day is going to be in Grand Park, and the second day is going to be at this place in Culver City, a memorial spot. Looks really dope. I'm not sure if we got that locked down, so don't quote me on it quite yet. But I do know that that typically, like what it's looking like is Grand Park for the first day, and possibly, probably Culver City for that second day. But all of that info is going to be coming out soon. You're going to be able to catch that on the No Easy Props site, or and we're gonna also post it on our page too when that goes live. Right now, I think the next series of events, how it's gonna work is we have the Road to PROAM, which is coming up on the 9th here in a week, and then after that, I know that we got something going on in New York with Rockefeller. We were just talking about Rockefeller and Quick Step with them out there in New York, and then PROAM. And I can't remember all the things off the top of my head, but there's a lot. We got a lot of stuff going on. So no matter where you're at, east to west, we're going to really try to meet you. And I was actually just talking to my boy Dent and Ian Floss from the B-Boy Factory today and yesterday about making sure we have a qualifier in Denver and just having like a bunch of centralized locations for everyone to come through. Anyways, sorry about that.
No, that's good. I mean, it's definitely next weekend is going to kickstart a lot of events. So it's you got to get on the tempo to catch on. You don't go to every single one, but you need to be on the tempo. I think it's a good run. It happened last year. Yeah. It wore me out, but it was you can't. It was just like experiences. You can't really. You just gotta. If you can be a part of it, be a part of it.
Yeah, I already started buying tickets.
A lot of things going on. A lot of change. A lot of new. A lot of just a lot of everything that if you could be a part of, try. That's all I can say, especially with the way everything in the world is now. Don't take time for granted. Make the best of it.
I'm just kind of hyped right now too, because this year we are focusing so much on like the unknown factors that are out there, the people that may be getting overlooked by some of the bigger jams, because there's a lot of popular cats in the world right now. There's a lot of popular breakers out there, and but there's also a lot of dope people that don't really get noticed outside of their region, and I'm really hyped about promoting those guys, and giving those guys an opportunity. Yeah,
I agree. There's definitely a lot of people that's luckily there's plenty of people to keep going with that. You can almost make a series of that. Time is now while we're here. Yeah. Let's do it while we can, while it can be documented. Because who knows, this 50 years now, hip hop, another 50 years, at least it'll be talked about. It's not forgotten. We cannot forget people. That's why Eco's also important. You'd be surprised.
So coming back to
it's all stuff.
Yeah. Tell me, like, for the new B-boys who may not understand the history as well, right? Like, what are some significant things that she was able to bring to the table as a female, in the game when females weren't really in the game that heavy?
She was the female in the game in the West Coast. So that alone, she carried that like she was 10 people. She did it by herself. And she's what you say is a true community, like person for the community, from the community, by the community. Didn't do it for even pay. She did it because she loves us who she is. She was always about that. She saw these kids, like, she basically raised them. These famous kids on the West Coast, the best crews, your favorite, your idols. She raised these kids. She gave them the first, they won the first competitions through her, like stuff like that, And it's like, she made that. She created that. She's primarily a locker. Don't get me wrong. She could break, though. She doesn't talk about it much, but I've seen her break. She can throw down, but she did it because she loves this and she likes to, and she loves the kids and she loves what it did for them, and herself, right. and she's seen a lot. and she had to obviously put up with a lot, and that's why she inspires me so much. She's tough. She got a backbone for a pack of 20. You know, it's just crazy. And and the way she deals with it is what was the most inspiring. I mean, she has the poker face. You know, she's dealt with some hard. I'm sure still, but you know, she organized a lot of events that made other events even be anything, even have people of skill and talent and quality to be able to excel and grow. She taught endlessly. I'm sure she still teaches because it's Aiko. It's what she does. I don't think she can go without being part of the community. Right. You know, and she's part of Jam Patrol, which they were ridiculous. I mean, they were the first to come out with these crazy outfits and do shows. Like, you wanted to be, they were pop and lock. You know, it's like, damn. It was just dope, you know, in that time. Like, and she, again, the only girl, the long curly hair. Like, she, even if she had, she always wore the baggiest clothes, but you knew she was the female.
Yeah,
killing it.
Definitely.
Oh, I like that.
Definitely, it's dope. It's dope to have her on the board. It's dope to have like that kind of inspiration and direction to like kind of guide where we go in the future. And I also like the fact that there's a lot more women coming through for USA Breakin. There's a lot more women, like, you know, getting interviewed. There's a lot more women joining the board and just like becoming a part of the movement and feeling safe, you know, feeling like they got a place and a voice. And it's super dope. And I feel like the reason I wanted to like share, you know, have you share that about her is because, you know, like you said, she was the female on the West Coast, the person doing the most out here, and really set a tone and paved the way for a lot of people. It was a true trailblazer in this, you know, this atmosphere. And now, you know, like now she's with the team, and I like that because it's like taking her direction and seeing all those things that she had been through and gone through to kind of get to this point, and then trying to make it easier for more women to come into this arena and be behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, not just as breakers, but as administrators and as leaders, you know, in the community. It's cool to see that. It's cool to see that we're like taking it there, because even as you know, like in the 90s, it wasn't even happening like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's dope.
It was hard to convince like any organization or space to say, hey, I want to teach kids here, you know, because they're so sketchy about like what that street dance, you know. But Aiko somehow did it. And what Aiko also did is she kind of set a structure for people unintentionally how to teach kids, how to approach and communicate with them, because you can't drill them, they're children, right? But she was the woman, so she showed a different way, and it like I said, unintentionally kind of made a basic structure of how to teach in a group setting to even get kids' attention. That's a skill in itself. You know, just hey, that's a skill in itself. But it's like she did it for years, effortlessly.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me see if she knows how to use the phone as well as she can teach.
No, I follow her. I follow her on the Instagram, and I'm like, oh man, she's like, yo, send me the flyer. I'm like, all right, yo, let's and then there's a learning curve. I get it. People still figuring it all out.
It's not easy. I just learned this live stuff.
I know, right?
Not too long ago. I mean, she got on Instagram like a week ago, but has 4 accounts, so I'm sure it was struggling. It's hard.
we're actually, guys, we're waiting for Aiko to tap in right now to see if she can, you know, make time for it and get in there. She may not be able to make it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're trying to help it out. So if not, oh, she's coming. Okay, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up.
She's my cousin. I just texted her. Oh, that's funny. Well, now we find. Is it okay?
Oh, there she is. We got her. Okay, cool.
Let's see. Wait back.
We're gonna send an invite to you right now.
Let's do it again. There she goes. All right, let's see if this works. You've been invited. Aiko. And she's got the coolest name. Come on now.
I know.
That's a dope name.
I like it as a graffiti writer too, because it's like easy to write.
Yeah, that's true. You're already bombing. See if she goes.
Okay, I think she's coming in.
Alright. Fix mine. I'm sealing a bunch of hearts, lots of waves.
I know.
It better not be her April Fool's prank. It's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
She's like psych.
Is unable to join.
All right.
Let me see.
Yeah, let's see. Is she coming?
It doesn't. Wait, where do I go to see the invite? Oh boy.
Oh, it should be right. It should be right there in front of you, I think.
Yeah, the little camera guy.
Aiko in here.
Let me see again. All right. Try again. Can you hear me?
All right. I can hear you. Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you fine.
This is B-girl time. 9:20.
Right?
I keep saying she's unable to join.
Unable to join. Let me get off and see if that'll help. Let me see if
Yeah. Do that. Come on. Aiko, I just invited you again. You should be able to see the little option on the bottom. What we got on here? Ooh, we got Jigs, okay. Recognize some names. See? Got Legs. Speedy Legs. Alright, Aiko, let me know. I tried to invite you again. Try again. Yeah, she's not able to join for some reason. Alright. How about now, Aiko? What else we got on here? Let's see. Alright. I'll try one more time. I was bragging about you, Aiko. Let's see. Alright. It says invited. Yeah, I don't know. Saying she can't join. All right. Let me see it here. Can you hear me, Aiko? At least. I guess this would be a good time to play the April Fool's joke. Let me see. Alright, well, it looks like it's some issues technology-wise. This is... April Fool's is not a real April Fool's joke. I'm just might pull that card. Let me see. Alright. I'm gonna try one more time. Try to get Aiko on here. If not, we will reschedule because she's important. Y'all really need to hear her story, and I think it's important. It will really bridge the gap of a lot of just history in the West, you know, that tied also to the East. And I don't know why her story wasn't really ever told when it's one of the most important pieces, but we will try to get this going. Let's see, one more attempt. Aiko, I invited you one last time. Let's try. Fingers crossed. Jigs, thank you. Love back. This is like old school problems. Technology is not our friends. Anyone have any questions? I think it's she can. Jigs is saying you can request to join. I think you can. I've done that too. Let me see. Oh, I got Wino. Wino again. Okay.
Yeah, I think Speedy's coming too.
Yeah, I don't know. She's
yeah, she's
it keeps saying to me that she's unable to join, like a red comment. So I've never really seen that.
She might be trying to join on her PC and not the phone, so it's probably not working.
Yeah, it needs to be on the phone.
Yeah, but yeah, yo, I was just talking.
Her story is really important, even if it's to be rescheduled or even recorded separately. It'd be something good to have up because it will make a lot of sense to even the 90s. Everyone's top. How they were able to get that stepping stone was because of Aiko. She helped. I want the story to come from her though, but
no, definitely. And in the meantime, I think DJ Two Ro's right. Like I am hyped for this April 9th event that we got coming up in like a week. I'm excited. I was just talking to Sama about it, and he was like, "Yo, I want to make sure I got this, and this for the background." Like he's all hyped. So I'm like, yeah, man, let's go get it all. Let's do it up. You know what I mean?
That's why I love these dance. You always get hyped. Like it was the first time, every time. It's just nice. It's dope. And it'll be nice to get us all together. Some people will be able to travel more. They won't be able to travel, the past 2 years. But it'll be nice to just see. And it's good nothing happened this month in Miami because it was not it. This was not the place. at least for kids. So it'd be good. It'd be a nice way to start and break the ice in Miami. So
yeah, definitely. You know what's funny is I've been thinking too about like, I mean, obviously like there's the cash prize, there's like, you know, there's other things that are gonna happen, you know, like other prizes or whatever. But the other day you were showing you and Connie Kingston were talking, and you were showing off your jackets, and I was like, yo, like how come we don't do jackets again? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I was just talking to people. Anyone who comes over, I'm like, this is all I've won these through competition. Yeah. Like, this is so dope. Like, I mean, I should be wearing them, but maybe we should do that. Get someone to paint a jacket. It's dope, you know. It's like, it's different. It's a collectible. You get to keep it.
Yeah, and it's wearable and it's collectible. But I always like the idea of like jackets, though. Like I feel like even like a Letterman jacket. I used to think, man, I wish I could make like a dope patch, like a huge patch for the back of a Letterman jacket or something like that. And then,
or the old school Lee jackets.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the belt buckles? You're talking about? Let me see.
Yeah. Oh, that's fire.
That's really old school. So, I mean, that was probably the last of it. So you would get a belt buckle by whoever your mentor was when they felt you deserved it, you earned it. So it wasn't competition because it didn't exist then. But you had a belt buckle. But now I haven't seen belt buckles. Really, I don't even know if they make them anymore, but that was the old school.
Yo, how do you feel about the way that like that breaking is like become such a competition? Like you were just talking about how like back then it wasn't really about the competition. It was just like when they felt you earned, you know, when they felt you earned that level of respect, and you know you knew what you were doing out there. Then it would be like, yo, this is, you know, you get your pass from your mentor, and they, you know, they vouch for you basically in that way. Like, and now it's kind of a little bit different, right? Like now people are going like competition after competition and trying to make a name for themselves that way. It's like a lot more organized in that way. Like, what do you miss from that generation? Like that didn't have to, but didn't have such a structured environment where they were just kind of ciphering and battling at parties and like, just, you know, it was different.
Well, I guess, and I'm not trying to belittle now, but it just seems everyone's so disposable because it's so fast, right? Well, back then, because it took so long to get there, you were very well known because, I mean, you went through the pros and the cons of getting like roasted every time to when we actually started beating people, but it was just cipher battles. This is like if word of mouth. So when you got that kind of credibility, the respect gets there too, and you're forever have left the impact. Right. You know, and now we did that. Where now it's just everyone's disposable. I mean, it seems that way because it's so fast, right? So fast paced. There's not enough time to, and it's different. There's not even a cycle anymore. I went to an event I judged and I got kicked out for dancing at a dancing event. I was so confused. I'm still confused. Just
tap legs in, tap Speedy in.
Let me see.
Yeah. Because you know, because I want to talk about the format and how we actually include the cipher in this format that we're doing for this battle. Because of what you said, actually, you know, because that element is.
He was always good at that. He was always good at that. The PROAMs. Yeah, the PROAMs felt like the ultimate cipher. Always, he did that. I mean, this guy's the guy that battled 15 crews by himself.
That's what's up.
That's how I met this guy. And then he would throw my 3-foot ass in there with like all these 20-year-olds and just be like, oh shit.
So Speedy, we were just talking about the format of this upcoming event and how we kind of changed it up to try to just make it fun, right? Like I know a lot of people are used to the 1v1, like the bracketed 1v1, which is dope. Don't get me wrong, like a lot of dope people are doing the bracket stuff, and that's sick, right? But like this event, we're gonna try something new, right? We're gonna try to you know, the first round is gonna be more of a showcase round where the breakers will showcase in front of the judges. That second round, we're gonna bring in the cipher, and then people are gonna explain how the round is gonna work for the cipher round.
I came in late on this conversation. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We're talking about the format for Road to PROAM on the 9th.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm actually outside the venue waiting for Felix. So hopefully I can do a walkthrough with you guys.
Sneak preview.
Yeah. I was trying to get an equal on the conversation while you guys were calling me. So
You're always in deep conversation.
She's just having some technical difficulties getting on. So.
That's okay. Next time.
Yeah, we'll get her on here. So we're talking about Road to PROAM, April 9th, and the format for the battle, how it's going to work out. And I think he's frozen. Look at it, he's frozen. I don't even know if he can hear me right now.
Yeah.
I know.
And he doesn't stay still, so yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Stevie's been frozen.
What?
Frozen.
What about the 80s?
I said you've been frozen.
I said the screen's frozen on the TV. It doesn't stay still.
So what's the format?
Can you guys hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. All right, hold on. Okay, guys. So
We can hear you.
What did you say, John?
I said we can hear you, but whether
Hey, listen, you know what happens to people when they don't listen? When they don't listen, they end up in the back of the line. That's what happens. You know?
drop the format on us.
The format's very simple. The format is we have a top 16 showcase. The limit is actually the limit is up to 32, but we usually start with top 16 players. So when we showcase the top 16, after we showcase the top 16, out of the top 16, we pick the best 8. Out of the best 8, then we have what we call the ultimate circle, where these 8 will throw down against each other in a real circle setting, like if it was a cipher. Now, from the top 8, then we pick the final 4. The final 4 are the semifinalists, and then they battle in this concept called the 4 corners. The 4 corners is the original diamond box from the PROAM, and each contestant is on each. And then the last 2 finalists, they battle in the finals, one-on-one, cage style, kind of like, tear each other up, kind of stuff.
That's always been one of my favorite points. I think like watching that Final Four is just always super exciting. Sometimes even the final, sometimes more than the one-on-one. I remember, I think the first time I saw was 99. And I think it was like PROAM and Vietnam and some other people. And it just blew my mind. I don't know actually who the other 2 guys were in there, but it's a fun format.
Gonna be the Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
Hey, who was Beta talking about somebody battling everybody at one time? Who was that?
You. Who are you?
Me? I didn't catch that part.
The only guy who did that. Yeah.
You mean battle 15 people at one time? Yeah, that was me. I would do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This guy, stop.
So, Wino, do you think explaining the format to the audience here, they'll pretty much follow it? It's very simple.
Well, what about the judging system? What are we doing? We got the format, but how are you guys judging?
We use the B score system, man.
So
The original system that USA Breaking had.
So break it down quickly for people who are not familiar or in case they forgot.
Very simple, man. It's a point system. You gotta accumulate your points when you're battling based on what the judges are scoring you on. If you can't match those points and the average points to advance to win, you don't win. That's just how it is.
So what are the categories? What are we getting scored on?
So the six categories are going to be, power moves. They're going to be top rock. They're going to be bottom rock. They're going to be there's a area for like what we call other. So that's like flavor, right? Because you can't really always explain flavor. Like think about Cujo back in the days, right? Like what he used to do was like crazy flavor, but you couldn't really box it in. You know what I mean? So there's going to be room for that flavor and that fluidity of those things. What else we got? There's two other and we're gonna release a post that explains the entire B score system. That'll be coming out this week. Additionally, we want to give a lot of love to people that help create this judging system from Tony to Speedy to the team at USA Breakin that really helped kind of develop this. But overall, man, it's just the best breakers are going to shine.
Hey, are you guys hearing that and everything you said?
Yeah, it's Speedy.
Speedy, what's up with your high phone, man? Put that metro on mute when you're not talking.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with my phone, man. That's you.
There's nothing wrong with your phone.
That's coming out of you. Listen, man, that's coming out of your living room.
Nah, because I just put me on mute and it was fine.
That is true.
It's that palm
how about now?
Is it off the?
I don't know.
Hello.
It's off.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, now it's good.
I don't hear you.
That was driving.
No, now it's fine.
There's the athleticism aspect and the art aspect.
Yeah. How about now, everybody?
Perfect.
In the judgment.
Hello.
Now,
Hello.
is going to
Hello.
look to
Hello.
do the All-Star tonight.
Okay. All right, we're good. Now it's fine. Now there's no echo.
Yeah.
Now we're good.
Put his headset on now. He had it connected to the phone.
Oh, that's what it is.
I mean, to the thing. The car.
Needed it one arm.
All right, that's cool. The other thing I wanted to mention is we're getting a lot of good traction on the USA Breakin Facebook page. Looks like we're getting a lot of people joining and liking. So anybody who's on here and has not liked us on Facebook, please hop on at USA Breakin.
Yeah. There's been a lot of growth lately, which is it's crazy the growth that's been going on. And also, I'd like to apologize to everyone watching this because typically we're a little bit more organized than this, but one of our people had some technical difficulties getting on, so we're gonna bring her on again later. Now we're just kind of chopping up about
Yo. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
All right. I can hear you now.
It's like,
And you know what it was that Trails was hanging out at JC Penney's, and he had that JC Penney phone on,
I think it was some boomer shit. That's what I think it was. Like,
Oh man.
Hey, Wino.
yo,
Wino, so did we get a right? How do I say this? A right clarification
This is my phone, man. Was that highly
of the judging set? Oh my God, he's back.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
Oh my God.
Hey, one time for my people from Dominican Republic watching right now. Thank you very much for the comments. Love you guys out there, and hoping to see some of you guys at PROAM this year in June. So looking forward to that.
and the Indians.
We got last year's champion, right? Gravidad.
Yeah, B-Boy Gravedad was last year's champion. That's right.
That's what's up. Is he coming back for this year's Pro-Am?
He most probably is.
Dope. So yeah,
I think Gravedad is B-Boy Gravedad is an upcoming competitor, and I honestly think that he's underrated. You know, but he's really good. I like him. He reminds me of.
Did he win the Orlando Jam the next day after Pro-Am too?
No, he didn't win that. He didn't win that battle.
Okay.
But the thing is that he reminds me of a guy I knew back in the days called Awesome Paul. He was also Dominican. Awesome? Yes, he was. Just like Gravedad. Like Gravedad actually looks like him. They look alike, you know. So he's an upcoming b-boy. He's an upcoming b-boy. I like him.
Hey yo, Speedy, the event coming up on the 9th is at level 2.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out, everybody. Hey people, what's up? Welcome to Miami. We're in Miami live on the streets right here. You know, that's how we get down. This is your boy Speedy Legs, sports director for USA Breakin. And my job is to find the best athletes and the best B-boys and B-girls out there that got and want to shine. That's my job. Make sure that they get out there and do it the right way. Anyway, so we're here, and right behind me there is level 2.
Nice.
And I'm waiting for Mr. Felix Sama to come by so I can go inside and check the place out. Get what I'm saying? So I think we covered everything pretty much. Okay, Aiko said to request her one more time. You want to try that?
I'm gonna get off so she can get on. So I'm gonna get off the line so that she can get on.
Okay, Wino. So, Beta, how's your evening going?
It's going good. Let me see. I'm up. Aiko, I'm inviting you now. From your phone. Accept. Not the laptop. Let me look.
DJ Turo is saying the connection's bad inside, so once you go in there, Speedy, we're probably going to lose you.
What?
Hey, there she goes.
Can you see me?
What's up? We got West Coast in the house.
What?
We have Wino in the house too. But
You made it. So how many attempts did you try on your laptop before you realized you had to get your phone?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm having a moment. And I'm tired. Oh my God. So sorry.
Thank you.
Well,
Look who's there. Look who's there. Hey, you.
Oh, it's cracking up. Whoever that is that you, Speedy?
I'm looking right at you. Am I cracking up?
Yeah. No, your voice is going in and out. It's not like, yeah.
Okay.
Might be your phone.
It's probably
Maybe it's my phone.
probably this.
Well, Aiko, I spoke.
Hey.
You know, I gave a little brief overview, but I'll introduce yourself, and then I wanted you first to really dabble in all the events and all the stuff you started when you are in the Bay Area. But introduce yourself first, as if I never talked to you in my life, and then we'll go.
So am I sounding clear? Because it's coming through like you're
Crazy.
computerized on my end. Maybe I should turn off my computer.
I can hear you perfect.
Oh, I can hear you perfect.
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Okay.
You sound perfect.
Okay. All right, Beta. What was the question? What was it?
She was asking for you to introduce yourself like you had never met before. If you were going to tell us about your history and everything you've started in the Bay Area, just tell people a little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm from San Jose, California. Nice to meet you. And I don't know. I guess as far as organizing and all that type of stuff, like with the community and San Jose specifically, starting in the community centers, Hank Lopez was my first community center that I started to volunteer at, where a youth group came together. You know, we're talking about teenagers getting involved in hip hop, wanting to be a part of that and build on it. So I was doing meetings with them. And then we just kind of started throwing little small jams, but it was like just to get everybody to come by, like the DJs, the MCs, the dancers, and graffiti artists. So it was small at first, but I got introduced to doing the best of the best with Joe Lampkin at the community center, Hank Lopez specifically, and it was best of the best. I guess it was the second one he did, and he asked me to come in and judge, so I did. And after that, I started becoming the host, and then doing the events with him for years. I think it was 1991. That was the very first best of the best. Yeah. And that was the same first year that I started doing like little events, you know, with the youth group that I was with, mentoring for free. I was just coming to the center to try to build with my community, you know, and give the youth something to do.
So somebody just posted on here, V Bandit, and said, respect to Jam Patrol. Was that your crew from back in the day, or?
Well, no, Jam Patrol is my group now. That's who I'm with now. Okay. But they were they were from the 80s, like the early 80s, late 70s, who they had three members, and then they only had two in 2000s. So I was like, you need a third? I'll take it. So I joined them in 2003. Yeah. Very cool. So you guys are breaking up. I don't know, maybe my connection.
No, so that's some history there then. That crew's got some serious history.
Beta, you there?
I'm here.
I don't know what it
is. She has decades. So speaking of, like, you best to best elevated, you were hosting. You were the face for that event, regardless of what your position was. But I want to know, as it grew, what else did you do? Like, how did you affiliate with other events? How did it grow? How did it expand to the rest of Cali? Like, what? I want to know that story, which is not told. All the stuff you've done.
Man. It's so broken up. I can't hear what you're saying. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
She's asking over the years, what else, besides the events, I guess, what else have you had going on? Or how did it grow from the events to where did you take it next?
Oh my God. It's I can't understand you guys right now. Can you guys hear me? But I don't know why it keeps on.
Yeah. I can hear you perfect.
Hey,
I don't know if it's...
It keeps on trying to load. So is that loading?
It's not Speedy.
So, Speedy, maybe you should get off and let's see if it works better. I'm just saying.
Or Speedy, put it on mute.
That's your reception.
Huh? It's still...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is bad.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but it still sounds like you guys are like computers.
I don't know why. Yeah, maybe just the reception. But Beta was asking, besides
it's so weird.
After the events, what was your next progression? What did you start doing besides just doing the events and being in the crew? What else have you done, or what other credentials can we throw in there?
Okay, now he's gone. Say that one more time.
Okay, so besides the events, we had somebody said maybe cut some of the other devices in your home. Maybe your reception will be better if you turn off some of your other internet devices.
Okay, turn off one. Got you. Now I got what you said. I was missing it.
Besides the events that you were a part of, what else did you have in your career? Thank you, DJ Turo.
Okay, you said, say it one more time. Besides my dancing?
Besides the events. Let's say you started with those events. You did the events for years.
Okay.
What else did you do in your career outside of just the events?
Okay. Well, I did a lot more events. I got with Fifth Element, and we started doing all women events, hip hop events, which we had Beta and Candy and all these Miami people come out. We used to fly out a lot of female performers and stuff like that to bring everyone together so we can show the Bay Area, how everyone else does it, and that they in turn do the same thing in their cities. So, just kind of like a one mind, bring everybody to get together in a safe space and be creative together. So that was one thing that I did. But I also teach. I also taught. I've always taught, though. That's something that I love. I'm passionate about.
So you're still teaching?
Say it again?
You're still teaching?
Oh, yeah.
Do you still teach?
I just haven't. Yeah, yes. I just haven't done it as much lately. Working, you know, I got my mom, my daughter, living in Texas. I know, I didn't want to say that, but I'm living in Texas. Now everybody knows. Yeah.
So I guess the next thing I need to know is, are you sucking the life out of your young students? Because you still look like you're 21, and you're telling us you've been dancing for the last forever.
It broke up.
What is
I
your
didn't even hear what he
anti-aging
said.
routine?
Is this something funny? Beta is frozen laughing right now.
What's your anti-aging routine? Because you look like you're 21 still.
Oh, well, you should know. Look at you. Like, I'm just saying, you eat healthy, you live a good life, you meditate, you know, do yoga, you do whatever you do that frees the soul, relieves the stress. But thank you. I look in the mirror and I go, no, but thanks. You see my gray hair?
Yeah, I'm getting them.
No, I don't.
Say it again.
Can you hear me, Aiko? No?
I don't know why it's still breaking up.
Girl,
I don't know what the hell is the deal. Sorry, everyone.
You have any other devices there that maybe you can turn off?
I wanted her.
And you know what? I'm right here by the
to-
modem, too, which is really strange.
So, Trails, I guess just ask her.
Now you guys are really frozen.
To talk about, so these best of the best, the top winners were like the best of the West Coast. So as that was their first competitions winning at the young age, she was able to get them support to go to like freestyle session, b-boy, some all these other events that started coming up, and she made that happen. I wanted her to talk about that, like what she did and how she did that. You know? Okay,
I heard you. So absolutely. So I'll continue. I heard you. So finally got to hear something. Yay! Okay. So yeah, at the community center and at these best of the best events, and we did Apocalypse, we did Step Up, we did all these events to get the kids involved in breaking and popping and stuff. And so they heard about Best B-Boy Summit, they heard about Cross One and all, you know, all these other events that are going on. They were like, can we win, you know, a trip to LA? And then so Joe and I kind of organized and got some funding together. And every time we did events, we saved that money for the kids so we can get a van, take them all the way to LA and go to the or San Diego and go to the summit and go to these other events, which in turn, you know, I reached out to them because I know the organizers, as you guys know, and they were willing to give us discount tickets and or, you know, get certain amount in free or whatever. So yeah, oh my gosh. So some of the top which, like she said, the B-boys who have come out and have paved the way for now the younger generation now are the ones who were coming to my events and who actually made their name because of these events. So back in the 90s, they used to videotape everything, and we used to put out videos of best of the best, and they were everywhere. People were dubbing them. That's how everybody knew who they were. And it's funny because you hear my voice, and to this day, something that I don't think too many people know, but every time I hear people go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, guess who made that up? This girl here. I did that first. It's so funny when I hear it. I go, people don't even know where that comes from. Not that I'm claiming the phrase, but I'm just saying I did it first. And then I hear all these people doing it. And I'm like, oh my God, did they even know? They probably got it off that video, or they got it from someone who watched that video. And sometimes my face isn't in there, but my voice is. And you can hear me clear as day on every video in the 90s. And I'm talking from 92, 93, 94, 95, you know, and so on. All the way up. I think the last best of the best I did was in 2006.
Wow.
That was the last one. But
so
but
I guess we got somebody on here.
Right?
You had to have your skills up. You had to, for real, train for best of the best. You can add some of the top of, listed B-boys, the old school. Okay, so now they're called old school, but that in the 90s when they were at their top, they had to come and try their best at best of the best. They, some of them were disappointed, but it was really good for training though. What were you gonna say, Jonathan?
There's a guy saying
somebody.
Well, Say up on here said, Aiko saved my life. So I was going to ask you, how does it feel to have, a lifetime of students and knowing that you made that kind of impact in people's lives over the years?
Oh my gosh.
Is it gratifying? Like, it's a beautiful thing to hear.
So let me just tell you guys, I mean, that's huge because I don't even think of it that way. I think of, I created a space for us to be us and be comfortable and enjoy ourselves and challenge ourselves and come together and have a place to go. Because some of these kids didn't have a place to go. Like they didn't have nowhere to go. So I was happy for that. Now, if I could in turn help them, find something in their life that helped them get through things, absolutely. I'm so grateful I was able to do that for them. Because, I had dance and it did that for me. I had hip hop and it did that for me. So I was just glad to pay it forward. I hear that and I go, I'm just so happy. Thank you for telling me. I feel the same way. So if someone can do it for me, I can do it for you. Pay
it forward is more important than we. You never know who's watching, who's listening, or who's more grateful or more in need. But you never know who you're gonna touch like that. And then later he wrote, "Most amazing person." Like you obviously left a huge piece of yourself with him, and he's on here. He's probably stoked to just even see your face. It's crazy, and that's why I wanted to talk to you and wanted you to speak because you did this just because there was no reason, there was no live, there's no social media. You just did this on your own in your own town forever. And you still do it. It's just in your nature. And I just felt that was so important. Like you made a home for so many dancers that are huge today. They're icons, legends, whatever title they need to be. I don't know if you know that. You don't give yourself enough credit, but I wanted to because it's incredible. You're one. You had no organization. You don't have no sponsor.
I appreciate that.
I've seen you sacrifice a lot. To happen, and I just think that's what pay forward means. Just to pay it forward. Now with
they don't.
Yeah, I know. Don't cry now. I got a little mushy. Okay, so next.
Well, hold on. I got a couple more comments here.
Remember when I met you, Beta? You were like 11. You were on somebody's shoulders in New York at the Rocksteady anniversary. Remember that? I swear, Beta had the most attitude ever. I was just like, "Hey, what's up?" She was like looking at me, like mugging me, like that gave me the what's up. I was like, "All right, okay, I see."
That's that Miami. That's that Miami in her.
It's so funny.
It was so funny, but she was in her happy place, right? Just all into it, on somebody's shoulders, watching, just like intense. It was fun though. We had a good time.
Yeah. And then
after Beta probably looked at me and was like, "She smiles too much. I don't know what's wrong with her."
All these teeth.
Uh-oh. You froze.
You too.
So I got another comment on here. B-Boy Kareem is giving you some props here. He's waving at you. And then we have another comment here from Independence alumni saying you are the goddess.
My high school.
Well, see, they're calling you the goddess of dance, which is now that's gonna be your new nickname for us, the goddess of dance. I like that.
Wow. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm probably blushing now.
It's all right.
Thank you guys. I'm glad everybody is interested in my stories and my history. Thank you guys for listening, and I know we're not done. I mean, there's tons of hats I've worn, so there's so much to tell, but I know we need to focus here. So, and I'm so glad you guys are talking. Like, I can't read on my tiny phone. Yes, I'm getting older. My eyes don't work as good as they used to, so I can't read all your comments. But please definitely leave comments, and I'll go back and read them. But I'm sure I'm going to be so shocked, and I love all of you guys. You guys know that. I call them my kids, right? Like all my B-boys and the B-girls that come and the dancers, I call them my kids, and I know they're in their 40s now and 30s and maybe even 50s. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. So it's so nice, and I'm glad you guys are listening. Hopefully, I brought some memories back for you guys. I mean, we had some iconic battles, like for real. And I'm so proud of everyone. They've a lot of them ended up doing their own events, or traveling the world, or doing tours, dancing for whoever, whatever. I mean, I'm just happy that I was able to provide a space. You know what I mean? If nothing else.
And speaking of that,
yeah,
you saw everyone grow. You were for real the only girl. How was that? To see from you, that girl, and then seeing it now. What was that like? Did you hear me, Travis?
Okay. So it completely broke up while you said it. I don't even know what you said. I'm sorry.
I got bits and pieces of it. What's up, K1? K1 is on here saying hello to you too. Beta, can you repeat that one more time? And if she doesn't get it, I'll try to translate it.
She was the only girl for a long time.
The only girl for the longest time?
Yeah, I'm going to type it.
Oh, yeah. I feel like a stenographer in the court or something. I got to read back everything.
There you go.
Okay, man. What's up, K1? Good to hear from you. She said, how was it like being the only girl back then in the scene? Because, right, at that time, even here, I remember coming up in the 90s, there were not many women or girls at the scene at all. It might be, 100 sweaty dudes and Beta and maybe one other two.
Okay. I'm so sorry, but all I caught was, how does it feel to be like one of the only girls back in that day who was doing either dancing or producing events? Dancing. Is that what you were asking me?
Both.
Dancing. Okay. Yeah. So dancing, the first group I was in was called Quick Style, and it was when it was like 1983. And I was the only girl in a group of all guys, and they're most of them Polynesian, Yeah. So, to be honest with you, I liked it like that because they, I was able to focus on our performance, or, because we did talent shows, we did concerts and all that type of stuff. I was only 15, so at the time, so I couldn't go to all the concerts, but it felt like it was normal for me because I always hung out with a lot of dancers, and a lot of them were guys because that's predominantly who it was more acceptable for them to be out in the open, either battling or performing or whatever. There was very few. Faith, I remember a female popper from my high school, and this girl named Candy from Hawaii who was at my high school. And there might have been a handful of others at my high school, but at every high school, there was at least 5 to 10 females who were dancing. So I wasn't all the way alone, but in that, but there were very few. Yeah. Compared to now. Oh yeah. Very few. And I was just happy to be one of them. I wanted to learn, I wanted to watch, and I observed a lot. So I think I soaked in a lot of that, the different styles and what I liked about the different styles, and the energy, it wasn't really camaraderie. It wasn't like that. It was like everybody's ready to take whoever out. They're just like all enemies, in the circle. And we didn't call it a cipher. We called it circle, and we called it going against somebody. We didn't call it battling. We said, who's going against who? He's going against that. She's going against this one. So, yeah, it's a West Coast thing.
So, B-Boy House and a crown, I guess he's meaning your royalty over here, which is fact. And then we got a B-Girl Gala on the house, or gala, basically saying it's still like that in some places. And you're right. And that's one of the things we're trying to change with USA Breakin'. And that's why both Beta and Aiko here are both actual board members on the board. And Beta is the VP of sports for USA Breakin'. And it is changing. And we need people like yourselves to get involved. So if you're not members, please hop on usabreakin.org and join. It's completely free to join, and we'll keep you in the loop. And we need more B-girls to step up and take roles. And we're bringing a lot of new people into the organization. And we'd like to see, I guess she dropped out, more B-girls in positions of power, not just dancers, but actually running the show and doing things like Aiko is doing, like organizing events, hosting events, managing groups. I mean, Beta, could you speak on that a little bit, or what your role is with USA Breakin and what you're trying to accomplish for B-girls? I know you've been in the struggle for quite a while now, 25 plus years working on this thing as well. So talk to us.
Yeah, it seems that in the U.S., the numbers have always had a problem in the B-girls category. But it seems that regardless, the ratio will always be off. But I'm starting, for example, a monthly attributed just practice session. I think to give a space, I think it's not a matter of, it's not the loss of interest. It's the space where they feel comfortable going. That's the main, if there was more of that, there will be B-girls. But you know, need that.
Aiko sent another request to get on. Can you let her join?
There we go. But yeah, so
you think that's the problem, is they just don't feel comfortable, or is it breaking itself? Is it too? I mean, you see some of these big girls today, and they're better than a lot of the guys. So I don't think it's a physical thing. I mean, I could see, if they're feeling uncomfortable, if that's a big part of it, which is why we're bringing in all the safe sport guidelines and all that kind of stuff to try to make sure it is a safe space for everybody, and it is fair and equal, and the opportunity is there for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's a skill talent thing. I just think it's like skateboarding, right? Like the female skateboarders and the male skateboarders, eventually they just went their own way, and it's not that either side didn't allow one or the other. It's just a different vibe, it's different frequency, different chemistry there, and it happens. I'm kind of like Aiko. I always was around guys. I'm used to it. It's what I know. So I can't really understand their discomfort, but I do see it, and I recognize and acknowledge it. So I try different things to make that less uncomfortable, just by, example, making a dedicated practice session, something that outside the box, something, because it seems like that is one of the main factors, and obviously it's not talent. Someone can practice in a garage for years and hide, but they only come out when it's competition. In it's modern times, there's no place to go dance in Cypher. I gotta go compete. You don't even go to an event to go dance. You just wait your turn to compete. That's really awkward for me.
So the practice session you're doing now, is it only for women? Like, are men not allowed, or?
I'm starting it that way because I want to be able to bring out as many girls as I can, which I was very surprised with the first one. Thanks to Breakin in Miami for being a part of it. I want them to feel safe, feel confident. And as time grows, I want it to be a coexisting practice place. Like, it's supposed to be that. But like anything, we all need to earn that too. And I just feel like I won't know until I try. And the first time it was a good turnout. And I had a little kids there, and that was surprising. So that child would have never been there. I've been in that place in practice nights, and I don't see little girls. That was the first time I seen that. So, for me, one person at a time, that's good for me. I always one at a time. I focus on one person at a time is better than nothing, and that's always worked for me. And that's what I can do. But yeah, I've been the only girl for 30 years. I mean, that's.
It's a long time.
I love the concept.
I've had forums and been on forums and events and had these same conversations since we've known each other. And we're still here, still not giving up, trying. And it seems like it's changing. So
it is.
And we're still here, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, big girls are obviously still a minority, but it has grown tremendously over the years. I mean, exponential growth over the last, 25 plus years that I've been kind of keeping track and been involved in the scene, which is nice to see. And that was one of the things we always try to bring in, and Speedy Legs and Zulu Gremlin, everybody tried to bring in to the PROAM. It was one of the first big events. I was doing a big girl battle every year. They brought in the Bonnie and Clyde battle back in 2000. and that now everybody's using that format, nationwide and around places. So that was always a big focus. And I think the battle we have April 9th is a co-ed battle that we're doing, which is pretty cool as well. So it's nice to see that it is growing, and I think it's specifically thanks to people like the two of you all that have not given up. Because it would have been much easier for you all to give up and not keep struggling and feeling like you're the only one. And Beta, I know you have two brothers, so it might be a little easier for you to hang with the guys and maybe some other people, depending on, different family structures and so on. But yeah, it can be intimidating.
I agree. I do know I had the upper hand, and I had Flex 9 protecting me, and I had Speedy. Like, I was the little kid, and I had that to work to my advantage. Because when you're a kid, you look at it as a kid, not as the girl. And then when I grew into the girl, I already had skill level, and I had my respect. So I had an upper hand, and I didn't know at the time. But a lot of people women that start, if I were to start now, you're not as confident as when you're a kid throwing yourself around and you don't care.
Right, yeah.
Now the society is so critical and so horrible sometimes. Like, I can understand the how do you say, the discomfort, the scare, they're so intimidated easily. It's different.
What specifically do you think people are being critical about now? Is it style or clothing or just
all that? By the way,
okay.
For a girl, I just know when the girl category started, I remember I used to tell Aiko, like, they told me I lost because my pants were huge, but I was like, was it because my moves sucked and I crashed, or because my pants were too baggy? So they never will say that to a B-boy category, right? So we're past that, I would like to think. But that was how it started. You got to remember, like, that's just the way this society is, and society, unfortunately, is going to reflect on hip-hop. But I don't blame hip-hop. I think that society, I would never say it's breaking. It's just like an unintentional, unfortunate influence that sometimes just we don't even realize because it's marketed and just it's everywhere, and it's just sometimes it just happens. I would never say that I was a target or anything. I think it's just we all know we can do better, and we started doing better.
Do you think also
hip hop as an art form was
and stuff like that, and how it's always in your face, so you get even more self-conscious, right? And you get more insecure. Where in my day there was none of this. Like, you got lucky to have a picture of whatever event that happened. Like, for real. Like, you were there? Yeah, I was there. Oh, you were there? We didn't know. Oh, see the picture? Oh yeah, I'm over there. You never know. So it's like then video came out, and then now computers and media, social media around the world. I mean, I don't even, to be honest with you, when everybody showed up at events with cameras, I was like, I'm not comfortable with this at all. Can we just all be in the moment? And I used to tell people, turn it off. I'm not dancing because you're right there.
The cameras.
They'd be like, yeah, all in your face. I'm like,
I didn't even consider that or think about that. But from a perspective of a woman, it's kind of weird. You got a bunch of dudes filming you, and you're like, you don't know what's going on with the footage. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cameras were one thing, but videos, and everybody's all in your face, different angles. I mean, just saying, like, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
and then the hip hop has changed for the worse too. So I can understand the image thing, because if you look even at the early days, hip hop was always more male dominated. But if you look at the early like female MCs compared to what the female MCs today are portraying, as far as image and everything else, it's like, oh my God, like, who wants to be associated with that?
Yeah, it's more like a
personality, right? It's like their flow. If that's what they're about, that's what they're about. Like,
so Wino has a great question. Let me just throw this out, and then I'll have you two answer it. He wants to know. Granted, okay, we've been talking about the past. We're talking. It is a bigger population of women in the scene today. But what's something you all would like to see change in the direction with the upcoming youth scene? Like, if you two could say, this is what we're going to do moving forward, so we don't repeat the same mistakes of the last 30 years. Can you just throw something out there right now that, like, you think is missing that you would like to see implemented?
I can go first. I would like, it's the youth. Kids want attention, acknowledgement, and obviously nurturing. And I just think if we all could come together and give a solid platform, a place where they can feel they have that is so important, and we don't have it. We don't have a solid place. It just seems, don't think it's healthy to have misleading directions in anything with breaking related when it comes to the youth, because they dance for this, they look forward to this, they go to that gym and they will dance for 4 hours till they got, they're looking forward to this. So I hope we could be better at coming together to be that solid platform, that stability for them, that safeness, and for their parents. I think what we need, and that it's not about, we know the dance is growing and elevate. I mean, these kids are flying. That is not the problem. The problem is the safe space that a parent can feel comfortable. Without me, I promise that they'll be fine. Like, it shouldn't be that way. So I would love to see that, because you got to start from the bottom up. If you have no strong foundation, then what do you have? We're going to repeat this over and over and over. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nico?
I agree with that. Yeah. It's difficult because I'm a mom, and my daughter's 23 now.
Wow.
So yeah, I know, right? Remember she was 2.5?
I remember you bringing her out to PROAM when she was a little kid.
Crazy. But yeah, just really, I'm more worried about their self-esteem. Like, the freedom. Can you imagine the freedom I had when I came out, and it wasn't about the camera, it wasn't about the pictures, it wasn't about the fame. It was about just being in the moment. And so I don't even know if that's a thing. Like, I would like to see an event or a practice session where there isn't any media at all. Just people enjoying free space where they're comfortable, they're not worried, they're not feeling insecure. They're just like,
You froze up a little bit, but no, I get it. And that kind of goes back to the competition versus jam kind of aspect. But it would be nice to actually have like a no phones allowed kind of thing, or just, let everybody focus. Wino said that he loves the answers on both of those. Aiko, you're freezing up. Hopefully that'll pop back on. Beta, do you have any comments on what Aiko just mentioned?
I think that's probably a big problem in general, right? The bullying, all that, they're afraid of, because there's so much, this social media, this platform makes things so instant, and it gives everyone power and afford. Yeah, that would be kind of dope, right? Turning your phones at the front kind of event.
Yeah, no phone ciphers. I like that.
The event, like, bring it back to the, what matters. Be in present. Understand what that is. Humanity. We got to reintroduce what humanity is. See, we had a rough 3 years in the world, so yeah, I would see something like that. I agree with her 100%. And she's coming from a place of abundance. That's important.
Yeah, I'm glad we had this talk, because, like I said, I had never even considered what that's like. Being a woman and having all these guys throwing cameras in your face when you're just trying to throw down or just have a good time, just trying to relax. It's got to be on top of just,
weird. I don't know what happened. That has to be my phone or my internet.
So we love the no phone cipher concept. That's actually kind of cool. Or no media allowed. We'll get a metal detector at the doors. It's like, no, we're not looking for weapons. It's just no recording devices.
Beta's cracking up. Oh, you guys are freezing up. I can't even tell what you said, but Beta's cracking up, so it has to be funny.
We were talking about the no phone ciphers. But
next time I'm going to a coffee shop, because my internet sucks. Oh my God! Can you hear me? Hi guys.
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. I know there's a little bit echo. I think I'm in the garage right now. It's echoing a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me. Is it freezing up, or does it just sound like an echo? It might be your internet.
So it's me.
You're good.
It might be. I'm good. All right. Cool. All right. Well, do y'all have any last thoughts? I think we should probably hop up at some point. I know I got to work tomorrow. I got kids at home sleeping behind me too. Anything else that y'all want to just kind of close out with? And we'll pick this up again. We'll do it again. I think it's a great conversation, and I think people are interested in what y'all have to say.
This is awesome. Yeah, we barely scratched the surface, right? Oh, so right. What did you say, Beta?
This is series 1. We'll go again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to go to the coffee shop, man. I don't know what's up with my internet. It's crazy.
All right, so round 2 coming soon with Beta and Aiko. Everybody else, once again, if you haven't joined yet, please go to usabreakin.org. It is free to sign up and join the movement. We need good people involved. We're looking to fill spaces on our committees. Yes, this was the tester Wino was saying. We need help. We need volunteers. We need parents. We need kids. And we need people who just want to see this dance keep growing and put it in work. K1, thank you for staying with us, brother. That's a really good dude right there. Pioneer in the dance, one of the New York OGs, out in Texas now, I believe. But it's awesome to see you online. And we need to get you on here one day, brother. So we'll be reaching out. I would love to hear from you. And I think everybody needs to know your history for some of these younger folks who might not be familiar with your history as well, K1. But everybody, God bless you all. Good night. Any last thoughts? Aiko, Beta?
No, thank you. It was fun. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect. It goes with the day, the Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. It goes with it. It's a theme.
Exactly. That was nice. All right, everybody, get some rest. Be safe out there.
Thank you so much.
God bless.